And we also visit hospitals, and we surprise the kids without them even knowing that we're going to be there. And just to see that kid smile, it means a lot to us.
And like you said, you know, coming to our game and the difference between an NBA game, you know, your team could lose some nights and you can go home mad, and your team could win and you can still go home mad. But, you know, when you come to a Globetrotter game, the one thing you're going to get is that smile. And if we can make you smile and forget about your problems or their troubles for that day, for a split little moment, we've done our job. We made you smile and forget about everything, and you came out and you have a good time. But I can guarantee when you come to a Globetrotter game, you're going to leave satisfied.
Yeah, well, that's your mission, right? I mean,
Right.
your mission is to entertain.
Right, exactly.
And how seriously or how important is it that you not only entertain the crowds, but that you leave that positive message with them?
It's very important because, you know, we come back to these cities year in and year out. And for us to get a great crowd coming back the next year, we have to perform well that year. So, you know, it's very important. And like you was talking about the, you know, Sweet Georgia Brown when it comes on, that's like a click or a control for everybody. You know, we could be sitting in the back and, you know, some of us get tired sometimes. We could have a long day, something could be going on at home. But when you hear that song, you know when we walk through that door and when the smoke clears and we step out and you hear the crowd, you hear Sweet Georgia Brown, it's like, oh man, it's time to go do it.
It's a wake-up call.
Look at it. The whole crew, everybody's just bopping along with it. Has there been a particular incident or an appearance that really made an impression on you, something that you carry around with you on those days that you're having an off day or a bad day, or you feel like, all right, you know, I'm tired of traveling, or you know, I have a physical injury, something that's really left an impression on you?
Yes, I was in Belgium, and there was these 6 kids, and they had cancer. And a lot of those kids weren't going to live up to the age of 14 or maybe even 7 years old. We had about 7 kids, and it was a very memorable moment for me because those kids were not going to live for too long, but that we made them smile and spin the ball on their finger, and they were happy for that moment. It meant a lot to me.
How about you, Ann?
I think me personally, when we went to visit, I think it was the earthquake victims that had a horrible earthquake in Italy, and just seeing them light up and smile, I mean, everything was kind of destroyed and they were kind of down, and I don't even think they knew we were coming. They thought they would have something else, and we walked through the crowd and you just hear the ovation and how many smiles they had. But I think also, you know, for the guys with experience that I have myself, going over and playing for the troops, I know there's a lot of favorites of the guys, and we love going there because of what they do for us, and we go over there and put smiles on their faces because they can't come home. So we go over there, and I haven't personally done it, but that's one thing I would like to do just one time and go over there and just experience that.
Earthquakes, dying children, troops in the military around the world. It's not just fun and games then, is it?
Oh no, it's a very serious job, and we take it very seriously because I think to be a special Globetrotter like Curly and Meadowlark and those guys used to be, sometimes you have to forget about yourself and focus on others, and that's what makes us so special. It's not all about the money, it's not all about the fame, it's about other people and touching lives and making memories that last a lifetime, and that's one of our biggest logos. You know, when you come to the game, we're going to bring families together and we're going to make memories that last a lifetime.
Do you get a lot of personal satisfaction out of knowing that you're touching people's lives?
Yes, it always means a lot to us, and it feels good waking up in the morning knowing that you're going to make somebody smile that day, especially when you know they had a rough day.
Do you feel like there's an added amount of pressure on Globetrotters to always put that smile on people's faces, or to come up with that next trick that's bigger and better and more complicated and tougher than the one before?
No, I feel like, you know, every Globetrotter that's on the team have something special, and we love to go out and entertain the crowd and put smiles on their faces.
Well, I'm going to have to learn how you guys do this, because I'm serious. I mean, I've been watching basketball since I was a little girl and love it, but there has to be some sort of special skill or something innate that you were born with that enables you to do some of the things that I've seen you all do on the court.
Well, I think mine was, you know, I was always known as a good dribbler. So, you know, when I came to the Globetrotters, you know, my coach would always tell me, you have to get a routine down with like Curly and Marcus Haynes and those guys. So, you know, they gave me some film and I went back and I watched it, and I was like, these guys are sliding on the floor, you know, how am I going to do that? So they brought out some pads, and I put the pads on my hips and put the pads on my knees, and I go out and I slide all around the floor, and I do a dribbling routine like Curly and Marcus Haynes used to do, and the crowd loves it. And everybody, like you said, everybody has their own little niche, and that's my favorite one.
So that was something that appealed to you because you had seen the players do it.
Right.
How long does it take to perfect it or to master it so that you feel confident to do it in front of crowds of thousands every night?
Well, for some people, it could take them either 2 weeks, a month, or even 4 months, but it depends on the individual, on how hard and how much time they put in.
Darling, I could practice every night for a year, and I would never do that, okay? There'd
You
just
must have
be
a
no
bad
way.
teacher then. If you have a good teacher, someone that can teach you.
So you try to perfect it.
Right.
Yes.
You put in the practice. It's literally, it's very time consuming, and there has to be a certain amount of commitment and training to it.
Yes,
of
we put
course.
over like 16 hours a week on practice itself, and we play over 270 games a year. So every time we play, we practice for about 2 hours.
And that doesn't even count the times we're taking the balls back to the hotel
Hotels.
rooms, and in our hotel room knocking over lamps, trying to work on different tricks in our hotel rooms.
Well, you know what? We don't have any lamps, but maybe you'll try to knock something over around here for us. Will you
could
show
do
us some
so
of
for
your
you.
tricks?
Sure.
And
Yes, yes, we
you
will.
think maybe you could teach me to do something?
Of course.
Oh, yeah, we'll
I could
teach you
use at a
some.
dinner party or a
Yeah,
cocktail
we'll teach
party
you
or
a little
something.
something.
Okay, no promises, folks. I'm not guaranteeing that I'll actually be a good student, but I'll give it my best shot. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll find out if I have what it takes to be a Globetrotter. We know these guys do, and you definitely want to be able to check them out when they come into your town. Stay with us.
Transportation for It's Your Call guests provided by Preferred Car and Limousine.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. I'm Lynn Doyle. This is It's Your Call, and we are giving you some insight into the world-famous Harlem Globetrotters. Now, you know, they've been around for 84 years. I used to watch them when I was a kid. I'm sure that you watched them then, and perhaps you're taking your family, your grandchildren out to see them now. Highly recommended. One of the things that always fascinated me about the Harlem Globetrotters was how they were able to perform all of those skills. They're not only great basketball players, but they also kind of have that circus quality as well, and some magician qualities. So my buddies here, Blenda and Ant, said that they were going to try to actually teach me how to do something. I'm making absolutely no promises, okay? You understand this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I used to be an athlete in school, but I never did this kind of stuff. So I'm willing to give it a try as long as you have some patience with me, okay?
Of course.
All right. So first, before you get to me, what are some of the things that people love to see no matter where you are in the world?
Well, of course, I think they love to see the spin of the ball on the finger.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yes.
You couldn't start with something easy.
Anywhere you go, you know, they're going to sit there and be like, wow.
Okay, so is this a big specialty of yours?
Yes.
Okay, so you're spinning. Okay. And how about you, Ant? Can you do that, or is that you're
Of course.
the dribbler,
We all
right?
can do
Oh,
it.
you can all do it?
That's one of the first things you learn.
Everybody on the
Wow.
team can spin the ball.
You're a lefty? He's a lefty. And you did it on your thumbs, too, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead. I want to see more of him.
Okay. You can spin it. You can go up and under with it.
Okay.
There's different ways you can stop it too, like.
How do
right
you
here.
learn to do that? Is that just practice? Like if kids are at home watching, would they just continue to practice and
Some
be
people
able to
could just
master
be
it?
good just by watching others.
Okay.
And we got guys that if you teach them the right way, they could pick it up real easily.
Okay.
Another way they can learn is possibly take a pen or a pencil and spin the
And
ball
spin it.
and just put it right on the pencil. That's how a lot of guys learn on that too.
Well, you didn't give me that option.
Well, we
Did
just-
somebody get me a pen or a pencil? Okay, so they promised that they're going to teach me how to spin a ball on my finger. And I said, well, I'm a gal, so